The ongoing violence in Syria has led to thousands of refugees fleeing their country to tent cities like this one in Turkey, just across the border. The rising numbers, however, are taking their toll. No school, no food, no electricity and no water, this woman says. The UN estimates some 35,000 Syrians have fled. Most of those now find themselves either in Lebanon, Jordan or Turkey. Significantly larger numbers remain displaced inside Syria. In recent days, the Turkish government has hinted it could set up a safe haven buffer zone straddling its border. The UN is also planning additional emergency food aid. However dire, Syria is just part of a bigger refugee crisis across the whole region following the Arab Spring. The UN's High Commissioner for Refugees, Antonio Guterres, has called on Europe to do more. We spoke to him about the worsening humanitarian situation.
Mr. Guterres, the situation with Syrian refugees is getting worse and worse. What is the main problem in resolving this issue?
Now, first of all, I think we need to recognize the enormous generosity of the neighboring countries, of the host countries, Turkey, Lebanon and Jordan, that in these very difficult circumstances have kept their borders opened and have granted protection and assistance to all those that cross the borders. Of course, as the numbers are increasing now, assistance is becoming more challenging, and we need to mobilize our own efforts and in support of the governments and to appeal for international solidarity in order to be able to give these people the adequate forms of protection they require and to make sure that their basic needs are fully met.
Turkey expects up to 500,000 Syrian refugees. How should the international community support efforts of this country?
At the present rate, about 500 to 1,000 people are coming every day, crossing that border, so we are still far from numbers of that dimension, but I believe international solidarity is very important, and I believe that all countries should help the neighboring countries, Jordan, Lebanon and Turkey, in order to allow them to have the capacity to cope with the challenge, if especially, let's hope not, let's hope that solutions are found inside Syria and that we will not witness a massive outflow. We are totally committed to support the Syrian people in this moment, especially because Syria has always been very generous, also receiving refugees. Syrians have received 500,000 Palestinian refugees and at a certain moment more than 1 million refugees from Iraq, sharing everything with them and showing an enormous generosity. So it's also high time for others to show to the Syrians the same generosity.
Amnesty International thinks that European Union countries have shamefully failed in helping thousands of refugees near Libya's borders. Do you share this opinion?
Unfortunately, the number of resettlement offers from Europe was very small, less than 1,000. We hope that with the support of other areas of the world, namely Canada, Australia and the United States, it will be possible to overcome this difficulty. But of course, we would be very much willing to have more resettlement opportunities coming from Europe. It would be very important to have a stronger support to those countries where we are witnessing now a democratic transition. Countries like Tunisia and Egypt, for instance, that have been so generous, receiving all these people that cross the borders, are facing enormous challenges in their economic and social development. And coming from a country that had its revolution, Portugal, many years ago, I know that international solidarity was absolutely vital for our democracy to be preserved. I hope that that international solidarity will not fail Tunisia and Egypt now that those two countries need to consolidate their own democratic transitions.